My favorite segment of the week. You woke, I'm asleep. What do we have here today? Heavy in the I'm not mad at you. I just thought you were realer than that. Then you mad. If I did something that you didn't think that I would do, and I did it, and it bothered you, you're mad. So just say you're mad. You gotta go. You gotta go. Don't lie to me. It's okay. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie. Men be so perfect in the beginning. That's why I keep getting a new one. That's why you can't keep one. You expecting perfection. This ain't T.C. Williams. You ain't Herman Boone. You expecting perfection. You better expect good enough. You better expect somebody who makes mistakes and is willing to work through those mistakes and recover from those mistakes. You want perfection. You're gonna keep finding a new one and a new one and a new one and a new one and a new one, and then they're gonna call you a hoe because you done had so many new ones that you've been ran through. And then you're gonna be mad when you can't find a new one no more. All he gonna want to do is do the new and your new, and that shit gonna get old real quick. People ask what you do for a living so they can calculate the level of respect that they give you. Unfortunately, yeah. In this capitalistic shining profiling, let me put my educational credentials in my Instagram profile culture that we live in. Yeah, people think that if you don't have credentials, you're not worth their time, and that's false. That's wrong. It's stupid. But this is y'all society. Y'all want to be if judged by the, you know, King talked about not being judged by the color of your skin, but by the content of your character, right? And we're getting beyond just color of skin, right? We're getting into what we exude on the outside instead of who we are on the inside, and that's a problem. We need to be judged by the content of character. And if you can't be judged by the content of your character, if you can't judge someone by the content of their character, then your whole perspective is whack. So you should fade to black. Like, I mean, honestly, everybody's not meant to be a CEO. Everybody's not meant to be a manager. Everybody's not meant to be a worker. Everybody has a role to play, and you should respect people for the roles that they choose to play and how well they execute them. Now, if you, you know, but just because someone's not as established as you, as educated as you, as cultured as you, that doesn't mean they're lesser than. They just have a different focus. I don't get jealous. I get turned off, and once I'm off you, you might as well be dead. Grow up. Just grow up. You just have the emotional maturity of a child. It's disgusting. The biggest L I took this year was thinking people love me the way I love them. It means you have terrible emotional maturity. Maybe you should have conversations with people and understand that every relationship's not 50-50. There's give and take here. And the question should be, do they satisfy you and do you satisfy them? If y'all's dynamic works, then move on and get over it. Having a girl nobody touched since you met her is the biggest flex a man can have. That's cap. That's stupid. Like, are you serious? Do you like? Hold on. So, nobody could have ever had sex with the woman that you're with since you've met her. Well, were y'all did y'all start dating when y'all met? Did you express interest when y'all met, or what? Like, what was going on here? I know when I met my wife, we talked, we hung out amongst groups, but she didn't owe me shit. If somebody knocked her head off in that time that we met and the time we got together, that's fine. Like, I'm just being real. That's fine because we weren't together. She didn't owe me a damn thing. And the idea that people think they have ownership over somebody, or the fact that you are so insecure that, like, well, damn, is everybody just cheating on everybody? Like, it takes me to a place in society that I don't understand where if somebody doesn't owe you commitment, it doesn't matter. I ain't flexing it. Oh yeah, hey bro, ain't none of y'all hear my way. Somebody did before I met her. Yeah, it's life. I don't care. I don't care what you do before me. You know, because you don't know how good fine wine is until you try it. If you haven't been exposed to amazing, I was gonna say amazing. If you ever had the best of the best, the creme de la creme, you don't know until you never you can't miss what you never had. All right, and I got one more, but I gotta pull it up because it was way too much for me to write. Get a man out of my face. Let's see. It's up here. Here we go. I can't communicate with people who don't understand the principle of things. It's not what you did, it's how you did it. And what makes it so bad is knowing if roles were switched, you lose your mind as well. People who get upset and they let presentation take over the product, I just think they're wrong. I understand the presentation it hits your emotions and it makes you feel all types of terrible ways, and it's like, nah, man, nah, that hurt my feelings the way you said it. But did I? What did I say was true? Did I say was true? Y'all didn't like Kevin Samuels because of how he said what he said, but y'all like, oh no, I agree with it. So I don't like how he said it. Well, maybe you should check yourself. Maybe you should look back and say, am I being triggered by how it's being said or what's being said? Because if what's being said offends me, that's a different thing. But if it's how I'm receiving it, that's a you problem. That's not a them problem. Maybe you should soften up a little bit, or maybe you should harden up a little bit. Either way, maybe you should readjust what it is that you're focused on, because if you are not allowing good information to flow into your ears and into your brain because of how it's being presented to you, that's a problem. This whole idea of, well, you got to dress it up and make it nice, man. Look here, I've had some food that tasted amazing, and it did not look like some pretty shit that you would put on Instagram. But oh god, it tasted better. I've had some nice dressed up food that was terrible. Guess what? I've met some beautiful women who had absolutely no substance. They weren't worth a damn. I've met some not so beautiful women who were great people, great human beings. And guess what? They're great people to have in your life. Okay. So if you're just going to get caught up on the aesthetics of everything, then you're never going to get the full value out of life. See, you got to pay attention to the substance. If you just care about window dressing and the parsley on the side and stuff, and you ain't really caring about what the main dish tastes like, then you're stuck. You're stuck. And if you can't see that as being an issue and being stuck, then I don't know, but you need to grow.